Have you ever made excuses for not doing what you're meant to do, what you want to do? You get distracted and you come up with all sorts of reasons. Something hit me yesterday. I've been sabotaging myself and I didn't even realize it. And I know that I'm not alone in this. It's a yucky feeling when you realize how much you're beating yourself up, but you can't seem to stop. That's what I'm talking about in this video. I had this aha moment yesterday. I realized how much I was sabotaging myself, and I'm going to share how this came about, and it's partially thanks to Ghirardelli chocolate chips. I'm also going to share the one key thing that turned this all around for me. So I'm currently dog and house sitting. Meet Sawyer. Hi, Sawyer. I will be here for a little over a week, and then I'll be at my home for one night, sleep in my bed, and then I go directly to another place the following day for 10 days at that house. And I love animals, I love dogs, but it can become a lot. It's upsetting to my normal routine. I watch more TV than I normally do. I sleep differently because I'm in other people's beds. My habits change. I don't eat the same. I end up getting sometimes a little bit of low-level stress from just being in a different environment. But I realize that sometimes I end up using this as an excuse to give myself a pass, to not stick with the things that I know are healthy for me. And yesterday it all came to a head. I was thinking of another video that I needed to create. I was working on other stuff for my business. The 12 Days of Stressmas challenge is coming up. And as I was going to the cupboard for another handful of Ghirardelli chocolate chips, it hit me. I was distracting and sabotaging myself to avoid discomfort and the thought of, what if I'm not good enough? What if I'm not good enough to do this business, to do this thing? So all this self-doubt was there. And I'm letting those negative thoughts overwhelm me and keep me from moving forward. As a recovering people pleaser, it has been a lifelong habit to put other people first. And so it's not as familiar to put myself first and to take care of myself. And so when a little bit of stress comes in, when a little bit of doubt comes in, it's easy to not even realize that I'm just completely letting myself go and giving myself every excuse to do things that soothe me, which eating sugar is one of them. So as people pleasers, it's not nearly as familiar to take care of ourselves as it is to other people. And so we have to become aware of when we are using these excuses and when we're in self-doubt about something that's causing us to go back to old habits, to an old familiar pattern. What's keeping you in self-doubt? And this could be something as simple as not speaking up for yourself. Maybe you're doubting that you deserve to speak up for yourself. So what's your dog sitting excuse? It can be easy to get into self-doubt because many times we compare ourselves to others and we think, oh my gosh, they make it look so easy. I can see videos on YouTube with women in their midlife who are making these videos seem so simple. And when I do that, then I start doubting myself. So we compare. And then we can get into self-doubt when we're doing something new, something that's not familiar to us. Like I said, something as simple as speaking up for ourselves. As people pleasers, we learned to not speak up for ourselves. We were conditioned to not speak up for ourselves. So when we go to speak up for ourselves, it is very unfamiliar. And it then makes us doubt that we're even able to do it. And when something isn't familiar to us, to the brain revolts against that because the brain's job is to keep us safe. And anything new that we're doing feels unsafe to the brain. So it can throw self-doubt and self-sabotage into our lives to take us back to our comfort zone because that is the brain's way to keep us safe. How do we shift out of this self-doubt and become more confident again? The first thing that I say for anything is awareness, right? Recognizing maybe how you feel. Maybe your heart starts palpitating. Maybe you get this pit in your stomach. Maybe you have this sense of dread. What is it that's telling you that something's off? For me, yesterday, I recognized this really low energy. I wanted to sleep. I wanted to eat sweets. I wanted to finish that bag of Ghirardelli dark chocolate chips. And I recognized suddenly, oh my gosh, this is not how I want to be. This is not who I want to be. I don't want to live in this self-doubt. As soon as we can become aware, then we can start taking action toward shifting it. But until we become aware, we can't change it. And that takes listening to our bodies and listening to what we feel, feeling what we feel, allowing ourselves to feel it. I made it wrong for a little bit yesterday that I wasn't just able to plow forward and keep doing things. But then I recognized that something was happening, that I was doubting myself, and something needed to shift in order for me to be able to move forward. So the first thing I needed to do is to realize how important it was to get myself back on track. I get comments on these YouTube videos and from clients of mine on how much I've helped them recognize things in themselves that they didn't see before, how much I've helped them gain confidence in their lives, help them be able to speak up for themselves and lead a more fun and fulfilling life. And I feel like this is where I was led to be. In another video soon, I'm going to share how I got fired from my job and how that led me to this place and was the best gift ever. Doing what I'm doing allows me to share my experiences and the things that I've gone through in my life to help other people navigate the journey that they're on. And I recognize that you're not looking for perfect or flawless. You're looking for someone who understands and lets you know that you're not alone on your journey, that someone else has been there. I also let myself take a nap yesterday afternoon. Then I went and got a hot decaf coffee because something warm inside is soothing to me. I watched a Hallmark Christmas movie last night and was in bed by 10 o'clock, knowing that I would get up today and create this video. What happened this morning was I had a conversation with my financial advisor, of all people, that helped me solidify what I was realizing. I was sharing with him what I was experiencing and told him that it felt a little bit like imposter syndrome when we think that we're not capable of doing what we're meant to do. We suddenly get this doubt and we start sabotaging ourselves. And it made it click for me that I was telling myself a story that I believed was true, that I wasn't capable of doing these things, that I was just an imposter and that someone would figure me out, that my experiences and what I'm sharing isn't valuable enough, that I'm not good enough. That was the story I was telling myself. And then I recognized when we tell ourselves stories, the subconscious has no alternative but to do what we tell it. It is like a software program, and if you don't have something programmed into your computer cannot do what it doesn't know. And the way we program our subconscious is through the things that we tell it. So I have had this pattern in the past from the people pleasing that I was not capable, that I was not deserving to put myself first, that I was not deserving to be all that I wanted to be in the world. So hearing myself explain this to him, I recognized it more fully that, oh my gosh, I'm telling myself a story that is not true. The truth, the story that I was telling myself that I wasn't capable or that I wasn't able or that I wasn't worthy or deserving is just an old program. It's an old pattern that reappeared because I was doing something new. When we do something new, many times we'll have doubt. Yes, because it's something new to us, right? But is it actually true that we will fail when we try something new? No. This appearance of self-doubt does not mean that the thoughts that I'm having about myself, the stories that I'm telling myself are true. It's just a feeling that's telling me I'm doing something new. And it's the brain's way, because me doing something new is not familiar. It doesn't feel safe for the brain. So the brain is like, no, I don't want you to go there. I don't want you to get out of your comfort zone because it may not be safe. So my job is to reprogram my brain to know that me trying new things is what I want to do, is safe, that it's positive, and that me doing, for instance, these videos, this is a way for me to reach more people, and that is a good thing. That is what I feel I was meant to do, that I was here to do, is to help other people repattern the stories that they've been telling themselves for so many years. The key thing that I recognized in what happened is that I'm not needing self-doubt to never come back again, because it's a natural part of doing something new in our lives, whether that's starting a business or speaking up for ourselves. When we haven't done something, the subconscious mind will revolt and tell us that it's not safe. And that can appear in the form of self-doubt. So I'm not needing self-doubt to never come back again. It may come back every day. What I realize is that I need to recognize it for what it is. And I may need to shift it every day. But what is the message that self-doubt is bringing me? What am I stepping into that is causing self-doubt to show up? And recognizing that it's there so that I don't sabotage myself and start making excuses and let myself off the hook of stepping into this thing that I want to step into. Like I said before, I know I was led here, that all of my life experiences have led me to this place of sharing my message with you, because I know that my message will help someone else. And you have the same opportunity, no matter who you are. We all have messages to share with each other, to lift each other up, to let each other know that we're not alone in this journey that we're traveling. So what is your dog sitting excuse that you hear yourself tell yourself, and that keeps you stuck in this old pattern of believing that self-doubt, that unworthiness is a true story? I'd love for you to comment below. And it's partially thanks to Ghirardelli chocolate chips. It's partially thanks to Ghirardelli